Meet Britain's next Chancellor.
For Labour, Alistair Darling. For the Conservatives, George Osborne. For the Liberal Democrats, Vince Cable.
The economy is the top issue on voters' minds. So what these men say could decide the vote. Here's how they plan to cut the deficit.
We've set out measures both to cut borrowing over a 4-year period, and I think to go further and faster than that would actually run a serious risk of tipping us back into recession. Well, that's why, for example, I've taken the decision to freeze public sector pay at 1% or below over the next couple of years to make reforms to the pension scheme.
The man Darling's Labour Party derides as Boy George sprang into action, promising tougher cuts for the deficit.
I was the politician who last year first said that we needed to cut spending. I said that certain benefits that go to better off people, like child trust funds, are just luxuries we can't afford. And I said that the size of the Whitehall and the Quangos needed to be reduced by 1/3. I said that there needed to be a public sector pay freeze before Alistair did.
Osborne's Conservative Party leads the opinion polls, so the night was his to lose. That said, look what happened when he tried to pin Darling down.
In your budget last week, you introduced one tax cut, which was taking first-time buyers out of stamp duty, and that was something that I had proposed a couple of years earlier. Do you acknowledge that?
Nothing like cross-party cooperation, George. We're all in favour of that.
Most of the night's laughs went to the Liberal Democrats' Vince Cable, though.
Perhaps now we're all in this loving. Perhaps
well, I think it's just come to an end, I think.
He could only get the post if no party wins outright. Little surprise then, Cable focused his attack on the Conservatives.
The Tories presided over 2 big recessions in office. They wasted most of the North Sea oil revenue. They sold off the family silver on the cheap. Now they want to have another turn to get their noses in the trough and reward their rich backers.
Comments like that helped Darling end on a confident note and put Osborne on the back foot.
We've made the right judgment calls, both in relation to supporting our economy and also in relation to stabilising the banking system. The challenge for us all in the future now is to make sure that we can work with private sector companies to ensure we get jobs in the future.
I don't think that 5 more years of their debt and their waste and their taxes is going to be any different from the last 13 years. And you have a choice. You decide whether you want to change your country.
The election is likely to be held on May the 6th. That leaves voters without much time to choose. All eyes will now be watching the 3 main party leaders in their own primetime TV battle in 3 weeks. Olivia Stearns, Bloomberg News.